y'all, do you like this vanilla? Because this is my favorite product. One of my favorite products. It's going to be the scent of the summer. I promise you, scent of the summer. And when I was in the 6th grade, I never thought ever that I would be here in this seat. I was introduced to the violin when I was in 2nd grade. And I was so mad because I thought it was the nerdiest instrument out of them all. Like, why couldn't I get the flute? Why couldn't I get the clarinet? Why did my music teacher, Mrs. Petrancola, shout out to Mrs. Petrancola, that still teaches music in Newburgh, New York?
I love that.
Yes, I love that too.
Oh.
And she said, I chose you to play the violin because you have long arms and long fingers. Now, y'all, for a 7-year-old, that's a little like, I didn't feel like any type of way about it, but I do got some long ass arms and some long ass fingers. So to hold that sucker is good. It's good. I got range. Our next guest, I don't want to say who she is, but she got range too.
Okay.
So real embarrassing story. I had to do a solo. Well, it was started off as a duet in the 6th grade. Was I in the 6th grade or 2nd grade? Anyway, still young, impressionable, and not a lot of confidence.
Okay.
All right. And that's important. But my co-chair, she called out sick. Now, you know these people that call out sick on the most important days ain't shit. Come on now, get it together.
I agree.
Right?
I agree. 100%.
On the day of the duet?
On the day of.
You calling out sick?
You ain't sick.
Child. Calls out sick. Now it's a solo. I know the music inside and out because I'm about to play today.
Okay.
Inside and out. Anyway, I start crying on the stage. Yeah, because I had messed up the note. But the thing is, when somebody doesn't know what you're doing, they don't know that you're messing up.
Correct.
So I ran off the stage crying. Mrs. Petrancola reassured me that I knew the music. And she put me back on stage at the end of the recital. And, I knocked it out the park.
Of course you did.
That is my first experience of almost having like stage fright and being embarrassed about it. And then something happening, reacting, and then coming back to redeem myself.
That's awesome. I love the redemption.
Me too. And I talk about that story very often because you have to tell yourself that you got this, right? But when you are only 12 years old, 10 years old, I think it's very hard to do. You're putting a lot of pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what is this for? And our next guest, I think she's going to talk about that. But before she comes on, Frances, what's happening on Black Girl Sunscreen besides this vanilla that I just put on?
I wish I knew you were going to put on vanilla. But so one of my go-to products when I'm outdoors on my walks is Make It Matte SPF 45. And the reason why I love it is because it's a matte sunscreen. So when I'm sweating on my walks, I don't have to worry about anything potentially getting in my eyes. So I just don't want to take that risk. So I put the matte on. So as I start sweating, it just rolls right down my face because it's the matte. So Make It Matte SPF 45. It's our lightweight matte sunscreen formulated specifically for the face only. And it's infused with ingredients such as aloe, squalene, and shea butter. I also heard from the makeup girlies that it's a great primer when applying foundation.
This is the truth. I know somebody here, BTS, that will validate that. Make It Matte, you know what? That was formalized especially for the women that, like, let's just say you live in the Midwest or the East Coast, and the number one excuse is, hey, it's not hot outside, or it's not sunny, or I'm not on vacation. That's great. You still need to end your routine with SPF. And honestly, we weren't taught that. We weren't taught about preserving our sexy. We weren't taught about how to fight hyperpigmentation. And Make It Matte is literally the answer to those things. So one of my favorites too. That's on my counter. It's in my purse. Yeah,
I keep it. That and the OG. Those two. It's like neck and neck.
I'm switching up. Good. You know what? I'm gonna give Frances a nice little sound for that.
Oh, I have these strings here. Look.
Yeah.
My
I knew
parents,
she would.
I love my parents. So my house burned down in the Palisades fire.
Oh.
And I lost.
Sorry to hear that.
It's okay. It happens. I think it was such an amazing growing period. And I think it was amazing to be able to, I think the community of LA is so incredible and so lovely. And it kind of just showed the true colors of the people that live here. And I'm so happy and so grateful for all of my friends, for my family, for strangers that are lovely human beings, you know? So,
so what's the aftermath after,
the
Palisades? How are you doing now?
I think it's a period. It's like an interesting period of figuring out your emotions. And I think that takes a lot of time to figure out, what you're going through. And there's you have a community of people that are going through the same thing. And so you're kind of helping each other out, figuring out a bunch of different things. And I think since the community is so strong, like when I lost everything, and for me, it was my childhood home. Like I grew up in the Palisades, and I was so blessed and so lucky. And I had like a lovely family, and, we lost everything. Like I lost all of my childhood things. But I am a very good overpacker. So I thank the Lord I brought a lot of different things that I think felt sentimental. I felt satisfied with what I brought. But I think materialistic things are really, what I realized, not that important. It's the people that you surround yourself with.
And your family is still here.
And they're still here. They're alive and they're well. And I have a dog and he's doing good. He's doing well. And I started making a gratitude journal, and through my church that also burned down as well, the United Methodist Church. And it was such a lovely church. And the pastor was talking about creating a gratitude journal, and he would give us each these journals. And it was one of the things I brought with me because I wanted to keep on going with this gratitude journal. And I just remember after losing everything, I still felt so grateful and so blessed. I'm like, I didn't lose a thing. Like those were materialistic things that were a part of my life, and now they're not. I entered a new chapter, and I feel, I think, more lightweight, and I feel happy that I have the people that I love around me. So I felt fine. But emotional.
It's a great perspective. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you. Thank you for asking that question.
We were actually not sure if we wanted to ask you, actually, because we didn't know how it affected you. But you have high spirits right now.
Yeah.
Very high spirits, and you have a very, very positive outlook on it. I know you took that violin, though.
Oh, girl. My mom was yelling at me to take it, and I would have no matter what. It's my baby. I lost 2 other violins in the house.
Were they lost in a house?
Meaning like they burned. But they were my great-grandmother's. But, I think the thing is that, like, they live there in memory. And the house itself, there's so many things that my mom and dad and I found in the house that, since it's burned. And there's these porcelain dolls that I had that my great-grandmother gave to me for every birthday. And I was really thinking about them during the time of the fire. And they're porcelain, and they were fine. They looked like they went to, like, a punk show. Like, they're literally, like, pale white and black lips. And I'm like, you went through something.
Joining us today is a singer, violinist, performer, and songwriter who is effortlessly blending various genres such as cinematic pop music into her unique sound. Her infectious pop vocals, coupled with her skillful violin performances, create a one-of-a-kind musical experience that captivates audiences. Strip Away, her debut single, is out everywhere. Welcome to today's show, Isolde Fair, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
And we'll play some violin sounds, right? Mine is out of tune, but we go.
Wait. Let me put my case down so I can properly. I got you.
You want to give us an introduction?
Should I? What?
Yeah, give us.
Wait.
Introduce. Give us a melody. Give us a melody that introduces yourself.
There's so many melodies
that you want to be introduced as.
That's actually a good way to start out.
Yeah. Francis just gave you this lovely, lovely intro.
I know.
And how are you? What are you coming out to?
Well, I could play. Something like that. I feel like it's a little humorous, it's a little fun, but it's still flirty and cute.
Okay, that's you.
Exactly.
That's you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your name.
Isolde means fair one in Celtish, and my last name is Fair. So I think when my parents gave me the name, it just fit so perfectly. And fair one, fair. It's just like it works.
Yeah, you are owning that.
Thank you, girl.
Dang.
Thank you, Shontay.
Yeah. Not us. Our names rhyming.
I know.
Did that just happen?
I think it just happened.
It did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
It is. Okay, so, do you like movies?
I love movies.
What's your favorite Italian mob movie?
Ugh, The Godfather.
So we didn't know which one you were going to say.
The Godfather.
The Godfather.
The Godfather.
Why is that your favorite movie?
I just think that there's so much mystery, and I think so. There's Northern Italian, then there's Southern Italian, and I love Northern Italians and I love Southern Italians, and I think that The Godfather really indicates the Southern Italian, and it's like it really shows. So my grandpa was an immigrant from Italy, from Northern Italy, and so I think us, like my family coming from Italy, coming to the U.S., it all feels like a big dream. We all come here to have a dream. And so I think in The Godfather, even though it's a little edgy and it's a little rough, it's a little hardcore, but it still showcases that, like, it just showcases that these Italian mobs are like, they have a dream of having power in the U.S. And I'm like, that's badass. It's cool,
Was your family part of the mob?
No.
Do you wish?
Kind of. Sometimes I'm like, that would be cool. But no.
So would you want your partner to be part of the mob?
Oh no.
Why not?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of like being the powerful one in the
but you could be that too,
right.
though.
What?
You could be that too.
Oh, 100%.
Is that not how it works?
I feel like if I was, I don't know, if I was in any sort of like organization or
organization,
community or company, I would be a spy.
The mob
I would be a
as
spy.
an organization.
Okay.
Honestly, it's a family organization. But I would be a spy. So I love The Godfather, but I also love like thriller spy movies like Mission Impossible and Bond. I am such a huge fan of Bond. Like growing up, I loved GoldenEye, loved Skyfall, like all these different films in spy history of, the creation of James Bond. I was like always into it. And my parents, who I'm so blessed to have in my life, they're composers, they're film composers. And so they worked a lot for MGM, and they worked a lot like more on the backside of things for film trailers. Mm-hmm. And so before I was born, they worked on the film trailer for GoldenEye. And they did, like the trailer music with the guitar. Yeah. That was my parents. They composed that. So they had a friend who in the industry who hired them and was like, we want you to change Bond. We want you to make an alternative version with rock guitars because it was just orchestral.
Can you play it?
Let's see. Let's get this shoulder rest back on again.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where your love of music came from? Your parents?
Yeah. It came from growing up within, I think, the music industry, growing up within that environment. I grew up in a studio. I was a studio child. So being around microphones and being around a lot of creatives was my go-to. Like I loved being around people that loved the arts. And so I would hide under like the TS-24 console. I would hide under the piano and I'd just be running around like a crazy child. But I think that's the fun of it, is that, you find your love within the art and you find people that also love that as well,
So I want to know what you picked up from your parents. I want to know if you know their piece.
I do. Okay, let's see.
You do?
I do.
Were you forced to learn it?
No, I just learned it because I liked it.
Okay.
Let's see. Something like that.
Nice. That's very nice. Yeah. You memorized it.
Absolutely.
You have to, right?
You have to with the like the right? That moment, right? The half steps. Wait.
That G string is ugly though, right?
You know what? I think it depends on the brand of the strings. So there's different types of strings. Yep. There's gut strings, which are, I think, from a gut of a certain animal. And then there are like metal strings, steel strings. And there's a difference between the sound of gut string. It has more, I think, has like a guttier tone, if that makes sense.
So from an actual animal.
From an actual animal. And so like in the Baroque period, so this is like, I don't know, a couple hundred years ago, in Europe, they would make the violin out of wood, either like maple or like there's different sycamore. I don't know. There's different types of wood. Again, ask a luthier because they know more. But horsehair always, and a lot of different violin makers use horsehair. They always do. There's just like a certain feeling with the bow and with horsehair. So that, I think, because of, from a couple hundred years ago, they kept using horsehair, which is great. So, and not a lot of people are using gut strings. It's more uncommon now because save the planet,
Gotcha.
So yeah. How are you monetizing your gift?
Damn, that's a good question.
Are you playing at ceremonies? We know you have some songs.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I was in a lot of studio sessions. So growing up, being in a studio, I met a lot of people in different studios. And so I was always singing or playing the violin in studio sessions, which was always lovely. So I would do that, or I do performances for singing.
Okay.
So,
Would you play at someone's wedding?
Oh, 100%.
You would.
Why not?
Can I hear your Here Comes the Bride?
Okay. Here comes the bride, all dressed in white.
You would sing it.
I would sing it.
You wouldn't play?
No, I would play it, but I would do like a little.
Both?
I would do
Medley?
both. I would do like a little accompaniment.
Would you have your piano?
I'd probably have a piano, yeah.
You would.
I'd do all of it. I'd be like a little trio moment, and I'd switch from
With
instrument to instrument.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because why not? Or I would sing something. There was this Elvis Presley song, falling in love with you. Right?
Wait, can we hear it? Because I'm about to walk down this aisle. I need some. I need some recommendations.
Well, there's so many great love songs. I feel like I love love, and that's something about myself that I don't know. It's something that makes me me. I think when you love somebody, it's more than just having an intimate relationship with them. It's you're loving a person, you're loving who they are inside out, you're loving all the crazy things about them, but you're also loving them, and I think that takes a lot for a person to do. Those relationships are so important, and I think that those are really the meaningful ones as well. And so I was at a point in my life where I had met somebody and we kind of went through a bunch of different situations together, like literally house burning down, and he kind of went through it as well. And so I think being around somebody who also understands that, but also gets you on a deeper level, whether, your house is burning down or not, I think is really, really incredible,
Have you looked for love on like Bumble or Tinder
or Hinge
or whatever?
Oh
right?
my God.
Have you?
Bumble way back when. But
okay, that's your past life. We're talking
that's
about
my past.
In the future now. But hold on, I do want to talk about something in your past life that is a huge, huge accomplishment and accolade. You were at the White House.
I was
not at the White House.
Lincoln Center. Which was in New York.
Okay.
And it's so cool. And
talk to us about that. Okay. How did you show up? What was that feeling? What did you sing? What did you play? What'd you do?
Okay. So when I was 13 years old, I had a song that I wrote in a music theory class. This is like way back when I was going to music school, right? And I was in this music theory class where we learned kind of like the technical side of the music industry, or mainly the technical side of music. You learn what the chords are and what different chord progressions mean, and the different symbols, like what there's the treble clef and bass clef, and there's also another clef called the alto clef, which is typically for like violas. And it's weird because like the C, where C is on the different lines, it's right in the middle, so it makes everything easier.
So for people that don't know music, though, right? Because you're talking about reading music, you're talking about all of these things. So you're in the music class, and then what happens?
So I'm in this music class, and my teacher was giving us these different assignments, and she was, I think, around like 80, And she's so cool. She has like the most energy. Like she's just bouncing off the walls. And my friends and I are so tired because we're in middle school and our teachers are giving us a lot of homework and we're like, oh, we can't do these music theory assignments. There's, it was like AP, like it was college level music theory. So we were like, what are we even doing?
You deserve to be there, so come on.
Oh, 100%. But I was still learning. I was 13 years old.
Yeah.
As we all are always learning. And so it was crazy because I never did the assignments. I was always like focusing on my academic stuff, right? And so she told my mom and I later on, she was like, I made that assignment for you. And I was like, oh, I know. So she made this assignment and it was kind of I'm not a big fan of talking about politics, but it was during a time of a political change, during 2017.
Okay.
And anyways, the whole situation with the presidency was going on. And so my teacher was kind of detrimental about it. And she's like, okay, I want you guys to take these lyrics or these words from a certain person's speech. I want you to take it. I want you to either make it a poem or write a paragraph about it or sing about it. And when she it was like, sing about it, she kind of like winked at me and I was like, oh my God, okay. I guess I'm writing a song, which I love doing. And so it was funny because she was like, yeah, you can write a song about it. I was like, okay. And she's like, it's due in a week. And I was like, okay, I'm going to write a song in a week. So I wrote the song with those words and it was from Hillary Clinton's concession speech. And anyway, so I wrote the song. And she was crying. She was wearing like all black. Like she was in her moment. And I was like, kudos to you. I would do the same. And so she had this moment and she's like, we need to make a music video and we need to have a director. I was 13 years old and I'm like, I'm in middle school, dude. Like, what is going on? So we made a music video and all of my friends were in it. And it was so lovely just being able to be in the situation that this is all happening, for a 13-year-old. And we recorded it and we filmed it in my parents' old studio when I was growing up. And it was really lovely. And the video was seen by Hillary. She tweeted it to 13 million people. And next thing I know, the New York Times is calling me, asking me to fly me out to do a performance at Lincoln Center where Hillary and a bunch of other people like Scarlett Johansson, all of them were going to be there. And it was such a moment where I'm still so humbled. Like, this is just the beginning of my journey. I don't feel like I've completely broken out into the industry yet. I know I will. It's in due timing, as artists are going through this process. But I remember the first time I was on that stage and it was like, there was like 3 tiers, right? So it was huge. And the ceiling was like diamonds. Like, they were trying to make the lights look like diamonds, because it's a stage for ballet. It's not a stage for music, but it's mainly for like ballets. That's where they have performances there, for like the New York Ballet and all those different companies. And so I was on that stage and I was so in awe.
Yep. So I know you remember the words.
Yes.
How do you feel about doing a little bit for us?
Do you want me to sing a part of the song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put your violin down there.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
First of all, I guess introduce yourself.
Okay. Oh, there goes the shoulder rest.
Yeah. Introduce yourself and then go into the song.
Okay. Hi, my name is Isolde Fair. I am a recording artist. I sing and I play violin and I create orchestral music, and I like being a sassy, fun, humoristic, dorky person who loves fashion and loves Italian glam.
Hey there.
I love that.
Okay.
Thanks, girl.
And you're going to give us a little snippet of
the song when I made when I was 13.
All right.
Okay. Never doubt that you were valuable and powerful and deserving of every chance and opportunity in the world to pursue. And to all the little girls who are watching this, and to all the little girls who are watching this,
chills. Look, I got chills.
It's better
I'm
in
blushing.
real life than it is on YouTube.
That
Thank
was
you.
We watched
beautiful.
it on YouTube, of course.
Oh, you did. So you saw my little 13-year-old self being like, and to all the little girls.
We sure did.
Absolutely, we did. But see, that's growth.
Yeah.
That's growth. And we saw all your friends right there
Yep.
behind you,
I love
cheering
them.
you on. It was nice.
I still love all of them. It's so funny.
Did Hillary come say thank you to you?
Oh yeah, we had a moment. So I was in the green room at Lincoln Center.
Yeah.
And I saw her security team walk in, and I was like eating a bag of popcorn because like all I want is food right now. And I was sitting in this chair, and I was like, oh my goodness. And she walks in, and she's shorter than me, and I'm like, you're shorter than me
At 13?
at 13.
Oh, my.
I know. We were like around the same height, but I looked at her, and she's like, I love that song, and I was like, I love you.
Oh,
And
that was so nice.
she's lovely.
Yeah. But you are
yeah.
too, though.
Well, thank you.
You are too.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Yes.
listen, we got to play a little game with you because we've been chatting. We've been having fun. We've been playing the violin. I didn't get
Yeah.
a chance to play with you because
Oh wait, do you want me to help you with that?
I mean,
I could
yeah,
try. I
you
could
can
try my
real
best.
quick. So maybe
Okay.
while you're doing that, we can play the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
tee it up, Francis. Tee it
So
up.
the game is real fun.
Okay.
I'm going to just give you a phrase, and you say, yeah, no.
But don't get distracted.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
'Cause she's going to talk. Keep going.
Okay.
Keep
So
going with the string.
The first one is,
Mhm.
you can't see.
Okay.
Pick your nose at a red light.
You say
No.
nay, nah, or yeah.
No.
She said no. She's like,
Girl. Well,
the confusion on her face is like,
Ew,
absolutely not.
What? She's glamorous. Italian glam, honey. I got chin and windows, so.
What?
So that's a yeah.
I love that. Wait, that's so real though. That's iconic. You know what?
Did that go
Hey,
out?
why not? We're
Did
we're
that go
human. We do human
You
things.
want me to say it again?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm a yeah. I got tissue in my car. So
Let's go.
Okay.
All right. Elevator small talk.
Oh, I'm so here for that. Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
Nope.
You'll keep them guessing.
No.
You keep them guessing.
I'm such an introvert. It just makes me so uncomfortable. Okay. This is a funny one.
Okay.
Washing your navel.
I think it's important.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, because they stink if they don't.
They
Yeah.
You need to clean it.
Yeah,
It's a part of your body.
Yeah, I cleaned mine this morning.
Good.
Yay.
Yeah.
I
Hallelujah.
cleaned mine in the shower last night. We're good. We're chilling.
I believe that. Kiss on the first date.
It depends on the
But wait,
person.
do you wash your navel or not?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Good.
Every time.
Okay.
And
Right.
behind the ears.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
that's also really important too.
I agree.
Very important.
Kissing on the first date.
That depends. It depends on the person. It depends on what you want and if you're really attracted to them. So I would say yay and nay at the same time.
Okay. Miss Lundy.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. If I'm not feeling you, no. If I am, yeah.
Exactly.
That's just real.
That's kind of my answer too.
Yeah.
Good.
It depends on the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going full tongue though.
Well, it depends on the person.
Where are we taking it to? Where are we taking it to?
Depends on the
real.
person.
Okay.
Depends on the person.
Okay.
Damn.
Would you date a celebrity?
Why not? They're just as human as me. Like,
But you are the celebrity. Tell them.
I am a freaking celebrity, you
Okay,
guys.
Okay. You heard
Own
her.
it.
Owning it.
She looking at the camera. She said, what industry? That's my first deal.
True.
What industry? Yeah.
The logic behind the question, the answers.
Oh, good, because do I want a basketball player right now? No, I don't. Would I do an actor? I don't think so.
Mm-mm. Me neither.
Would I do a baseball player? Depending on the age, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would I do like a legend, like that has retired? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I feel that. I feel that.
Okay.
I'm
I
still
get that.
kind of torn. I don't really know. Oh, I'm a.
They have to treat you like a queen. That's really important. Or
Alright.
else,
We didn't even get to that. We just talking about
just in general.
because you
Okay.
could date a non-celebrity that doesn't treat you like a queen.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
true. That's true.
Toenail extensions.
You going with the string?
I love this. This is the most fun interview I've ever had, you guys. Wait,
Well,
there's
thank
like a
you.
whole other string attached. Wait, this is the string that pops?
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay.
So would you wear toenail extensions?
No.
Okay.
No.
I haven't either. My toenails are actually really scarily long, and I always have to cut them short.
Same.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
It's like, what's the point?
It's a gnaw.
Yeah.
It's
a
a
heck
gnaw.
gnaw.
But for the girlies that have shorter nails,
Mhm.
I think they do it.
Oh, 100%.
But then they look like claws.
Why not? Why not have some claws on your feet? I don't know.
Always open toe shoes because the closed toe is going to break the nail.
Because I think
That's
it just
true.
looks better. It just looks better because it's giving it a little shape.
I guess.
I mean, like, here's the thing. If you have really short nails and you want to make them look a normal length, then yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
I'd say go for it.
Normal length. Yes.
Yeah.
Not the whole,
Oh yeah.
it belongs on your fingers kind of like.
Not at all.
Turning a breakup into content.
Yeah.
You have.
I've done it before. I'll do it again. I think for me, instead of doing content, it's more about music. Like I literally just wrote some songs about a little love relationship. So, it's a love relationship that I think is blossoming in some sort of extent, but I think it's something like if it's worth talking about, if it's worth your energy, then yeah, of course. If it's not, then no.
Okay.
That's your outlet.
Exactly.
No, I'm not telling anyone about my breakup. I'm gonna internalize that and try to forget about it. So I'm not making a video.
Yeah. Negative.
Okay.
Drinking on a flight?
Oh God, no. I don't really drink, to be honest. I grew up in an Italian household, so wine was definitely a staple piece.
Mhm.
And I learned to not be, I don't know, to drink a lot. I think I've learned to like maintain my level of alcohol. And if I do have a drink of alcohol, it's on special occasions,
Yeah. But if you was to get lit, ooh boy, it's gonna be a time.
It is.
A fun time.
It's gonna be
that
a
energy
time.
she giving.
Exactly.
Drink it on a flight. I tend to do sparkling waters and hot teas, so I'm not doing too much drinking on flights
Good.
anymore. Yeah.
Matcha's really good too.
I typically just do waters or a little ginger ale. So
We boring.
I'm very
Ginger ale's
boring.
the best.
Ginger ale, yeah.
I love ginger ale. The
It
best.
cures all.
It really does. Oh my God. Flights can be such a madness moment. And then you're like, I just want something that just, no, you're good.
Okay. How about reading the comment section?
It depends what comment section and it depends what the comment section's about.
I go right to the comments every time. I don't even let a video finish. I'm in
Good.
comments every time. Because what's the purpose?
Yeah, true.
Like, I need to know if somebody at least agrees with me and sees what I see, hears
Yeah.
what I see.
Uh-huh.
And then you got some outlandish stuff. Like, yeah, comments actually take up more of the video for me
Mm-hmm.
than anything. Oh, the comments is always off the chain on the right video.
On the right video, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I'm sending it to everybody and say, check the comments.
But you're right, though. When it's negative, though, I jump out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a tuned violin over there?
No, it's not tuned.
Not yet.
No? Okay.
We're working on it. Do you want me to give you an A?
Yeah. It's super loose.
Oh, do you want me to help you with that? Or are you good?
Nope, I want you to do it.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, go ahead. Last one.
Okay.
Last one is heavy metal.
Are we talking about the genre?
Yes.
Hell yeah. I mean, heaven, yeah. Why not?
Heaven, yeah.
Heaven, yeah.
Heaven, yeah.
Why not?
I like it.
I'm glad.
Heavy metal. I listen to a lot of music, and I could do punk, which is not heavy. I have to say nah on the heavy. I can do punk though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have to say nah too.
I think it depends on my emotions. I love a good heavy metal moment if you're really in a place of rage and you can't let it out any other way. And I think if you want to scream it out and release your energy,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really good. Other than that, I would say I love calmer music. I love something that's more cinematic, orchestral. I don't know. Thank
I love
you.
your words. Come on, vocab.
Okay.
Vocab.
That's all my
Vocab.
questions.
I know. I'm there.
Yes.
Ma'am, you have such a very bright future ahead of you.
Thank you.
Right, we're a couple decades ahead of you.
Stop.
Don't tell anyone.
Girl, lips are sealed.
Mm-hmm. So, what would be? Who do you want to play for
Oh my God.
in
Artist?
the next 5 years? Let's manifest that.
Lady Gaga. 100%. Lady
Who are
Gaga.
you playing for? If I'm put your violin up.
Okay.
You got one audition with Lady. What you playing for, Lady? Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, let me take some
How you
rings off
introducing
here.
yourself?
Hi, my name is Isolde Fair, and I will blow your mind away.
Hey.
Okay,
Let's go.
I wrote the song "Strip Away," and I wrote it literally at 3 a.m. with my violin and my voice, and I created a loop. I create my own production sometimes, and I have an amazing producer who I love working with named Lucas, and he's incredible. But before I met him, I've been doing my own production, and so I made my own loop.
Okay.
On my music DAW or my music program where I create music. And this is called Strip Away. Take away, strip away, take away, strip away, take away, strip away, take away, strip away. Can you read my lips? I don't want this relationship. I want to be far away from you. I don't want to live in your shadow waiting. I can't relate to what you do. So I took away, strip away, take away, strip away, take away, strip away, take away, strip away. Wanna take it away, I wanna strip it away. Wanna take it away, I think you're such a dismay. I wanna strip you away, get out of my face. Wanna take it away, I wanna strip it away. Wanna take it away, I think you're such a dismay. I wanna strip you away, get out of my face. Take away, strip away, take away, strip away, take away, strip away, take away. I wanna get rid of shirts that don't fit, especially ones with stains.
Hey.
Chick flicks where the last scene's in the rain, and then wrapping paper from old boxes I never thrown away. Chick flicks where the last scene's in the rain. It's just like you in a way. Take away, strip away, take away, strip away, take away, strip away, take away, strip away. You finally read my lips when I in this relationship, but now I am far away from you. I never wanted to live in your shadow waiting, but I wanna thank you for all you do.
Wow.
When we post that video, we need everybody to collab it so we can get it to Lady.
That was amazing.
Please, can we?
Yeah, that was
Shout out Lady Gaga.
that was so
That
good.
was amazing.
How long did it take you to write that?
Maybe a day.
Okay. Listen, we had a phenomenal artists bless the waves of Shamelessly Shontay. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
For being here.
I'm so grateful.
And you're listening to Shamelessly Shontay. Woo!
Woo!